very interesting moment with this woman who co-hosts the Young Turks. Her name is Ana Kasparian. And I think she's in California, but she's complaining about people like Gavin Newsom. And she is talking about California. So at least she either lives there or has knowledge about it. She had a light bulb moment, Eric, when this push for green energy came into her life in a very personal way, where she was talking about how her condo board decided to go into significant debt to pay for charging stations for all the electric vehicles. Well, if the condo board does that, guess who is paying for that? The people who live inside of that building. And she's not happy about it. And she had this incredible exchange with her co-host that's gone very viral for obvious reasons. Listen to some of it.
The way that it happens is, I know that in California, at least, with the phasing out of gas-powered cars, and they'll probably do the same thing with gas stoves, is they just ban the sale of any new gas-powered cars or any new gas stoves.
I get it, but that's a bump. That's the normal bumps in the road.
Don't minimize the financial burdens associated with these things, okay?
No, I'm not
because like I
minimizing.
am literally freaking the fuck out about the charging station thing. We're gonna take out a massive fucking loan to pay for it. We're not getting any help from the fucking government on that.
Did you guys ask? Is there any tax credits? But seriously,
I don't give a fuck about tax credits. No. I want to do something in response to climate change. That is not my issue here. My issue is how we're forced to make all these changes that are a financial burden, a giant inconvenience with little to no help. And I don't want the tax credits. I won't give me the money. Give me the money, okay? Don't tell me this bullshit about how I have to buy some new fucking thing because the government's forcing me to do it. And then after I file my taxes, there's a certain portion of that purchase that might be tax deductible. Fuck off. I'm so sick of it. It's just endless pressure. The middle class is the most fucked group of people in this country.
But at some point, we got to go to electric cars. We don't have a choice. Like the plant's burning.
She's got a bit of a potty mouth, but
it's funny watching two socialists two socialists. One of them is starting to see the light that socialism sucks, and the climate hoax and the climate terrorists are doing things that have nothing to do with economics. And it's funny to watch. And by the way, the two of them together maybe break 100 on an IQ. I'm not sure, maybe come close. But Kasparian, again, once it affects her, all the things that they're peddling for all of America, that was such a great idea that AOC has been jamming down people's throats. Bernie Sanders has been pushing every which way. Joe Biden has been hat tipping $1.5 trillion to the climate terrorists to give them for what? For votes? Okay, fine. But finally, when it affects their own wallet, suddenly they start coming around. It's like young people in college. They're liberal as the day is long. They're practically communists themselves until they start making some money and they got to pay tax. And they go, wait a minute, I'm not sure I like paying 50% of what I make to the government anymore. Well, jackasses, this is what you've been peddling for the last 15 years of your life.
It's amazing wake up to see her realize, right, the consequences of the policies that she has in the past supported. This is how it's going to go. You're going to have to pay $70,000 for an electric vehicle instead of 30 or 40 for a gas power. And then you're going to have to pay your condo board for the charging stations and all the other things we discussed.
Did you hear the other communists, the other Sankoiger? You hear what he said? Did you ask the government for some help? That's what they want. That's what this is all about. Liberals in government want you begging them, please, sir, may I have another? Please, sir, can you help me charge my own freaking vehicle? This is exactly what they want. Government wants you dependent on them. And so foot soldiers, useful idiots like those two, are using Biden and AOC and Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama's words and ideas until it affects them, until they realize it. And then when they do get affected, let's run back to government and say, please help us pay for those charging stations.
Right. We're paying for it again. And that's us. That's still us paying. Experts say that China is hoarding a massive amount of food, that they will soon have over 2/3 of the globe's corn reserves, over half of its rice, and half of its wheat. But when asked about it, China misleads. One China expert says they, of course, would never admit to something like that. Well, what does China know that we do not? Why are they doing this? When it comes to global food shortages, China is, they say, the canary in the coal mine. You see, China is the world's #1 food importer. They rely on the rest of the world to keep their people fed, so they can't afford to mess this up or there will be riots, civil panic, or worse. That's why it's a smart idea to stock up on a kit of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food. Create your own stockpile of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food kits. Hand-packed in the USA, the kits are compact and stack easily. They have different delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, and their 5-star reviews on the website rave about the flavor and the taste. Right now, you can get 10% off your first purchase of 4, the numeral 4 Patriots survival food by typing in the code MK at checkout. Just go to the numeral 4 Patriots.com, okay, 4patriots.com, and use code MK to get 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots survival food. 4patriots.com. Use that code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.